Hey everyone, welcome back. As you can see, I got a substantially large box sitting in front of me, and this is my first unboxing video for anything bladesmithing related. It's been a while since I've posted anything for reasons I will not get into right now. I'm still making knives, but not posting as much as I committed myself to you guys to do. So hopefully you guys will stick with me until everything picks back up again. It's really hot right now. It's like 95, 96 degrees outside, and I got the door closed for the noise mitigation, and it's real smoky still. I'm in California, so right real close to the big Hennessy fire. So thankfully I'm safe. Hopefully you guys are safe also from the shutdown, the quarantine, the COVID. Hopefully you guys are staying safe as well. So anyways, let's get into it. This is a surface grinder attachment for the OBM 2x72 grinder. I've only seen one of these videos for this particular attachment in the past, and it was done okay. There wasn't any opinions really, pros or cons. This is not a sponsored video by any means. I paid full price for this thing, including shipping, which kind of annoyed me. The thing's almost $900, so my opinion, when you spend that amount of money, shipping should be included. But you know, small business, they take their own path. People still buy the stuff because it's good quality. So I'm going to get into it. I'm going to give you my honest opinions of what I think about it. No demonstrations today, but I will be posting videos on me using it in the future. But I will give you, maybe one or two concerns I may have after I take a closer look. So stand up right now, excuse the belly, but that's the only way I'm gonna be able to open this thing up. So it just came in today. I'm pulling the wrong way. All these clips are getting stuck. I just got this today. FedEx is very much delayed, same as UPS and the post office is all delayed. All their packages are taking 2 to 3 days longer than they normally would. So I'm opening up here, and first thing I see is a little bag with some paper and a sticker, like stickers, and it's a black and white, which will match some of the stickers on my toolbox. And it's, if I can't read it, it's Origin Blade Maker USA, even though he's out of Oregon. It's Origin Blade Maker. We always say OBM for short. I've used this knife a lot, and I forgot to sharpen it before started the video. It's still sharp, but not sharp as I'd like. I have a video on this knife, making this knife as well. Actually, no, I don't. Scratch that. Different knife. So I'll toss that to the side. Let me see if there's anything important in here to read. Thank you for your business. We want pictures of your knife on our website. That's pretty cool. Surface grinder attachment. So this is some basic instructions. A lot of this stuff is probably common knowledge. I'll get into it more and read it a little bit later. Sorry, I'm gonna be sweating my ass off right about now because I'm getting acclimated to this temperature in this garage. It's probably a good 90 degrees at least in here. There's no air. I can't turn the fan on because it'll drown me out. Okay, so I'll open up the box, and the first thing I see is a buttload of bubble wrap. And Okay, thought it was almost 2-layer box, but it's not. So lots of good bubble wrap I can reuse. This heavy piece is the magnetic bed. And the tooling arm with the wheel. And by the way, when I ordered this, I just ordered it. And within a couple of hours, I got an email from Curtis, I believe that's the owner, asking what chassis of grinder this was going to go on to. So I think he definitely can do KMG and possibly other grinders, depending on the dimension of the tooling arm insert part. So even got a little personalization. I just noticed, got my name written on it in marker. So that's pretty cool. So we'll get into this part first. It's very well taped and wrapped like a mummy. And this stuff, I don't really care too much to save because it's got tape all over it. Enough bubble tape to last me a year, or bubble wrap. Should have probably waited till wintertime to open this up because I'm sure I'm glistening right about now. And feel free to fast forward through all of this till you get to the inside. It's pretty heavy right there. No real easy way to open this. Ah, smells new. Smells like new rubber. So this is the tooling arm, and it's got 3 grooved bearings where the track slides into. They're not offset, so I'll be interested to see the tolerance of how tight the track is. I think this is a 4-inch contact wheel, rubber, and slotted, so it'll help in keeping the steel cool. What I also really liked about this one was there's 4 holes. You can't really see them. Maybe you can now, but there's 4 holes. You can actually change the angle of the track. Now, I've seen the Travis Wirtz surface grinder. I've seen a couple other ones, and they're straight up and down. They kind of look like a pain in the ass to operate. You know, I mean, obviously it's probably a good workout, but after doing it enough, it's probably going to start irritating the shoulder a little bit, especially if you got shoulder problems. With the 2x72 that I have, obviously how the wheel is positioned, you can't go straight flat, so it's not completely horizontal like a normal surface grinder, but it can be less of an angle as far as how it's mounted to whatever surface you have mounted it to. So in my case, it's mounted to kind of a table that's on a hinge, so I can make it go horizontal as well. So I'm going to play around with that angle, and I'm going to try and make it the best and the easiest to operate for me. But also that might interfere with how much space I have to go back and forth. You know, it's going to be at this kind of an angle, or is it going to be at this kind of an angle? You know, the stock angle is pretty much, looks like about a 45 degree, but you can probably get it down to about a 15.5. So we'll see how that all works out. So I'll just set this aside for right here. One thing I noticed too is a cotter pin that's going to hold in the wheel, and there's 0 tolerance on this wheel. See how freely it spins, and there's no run out at all on this wheel. So that's a nice tight fit. Carter pin, if you want to change the size of the wheel, probably to a 6-inch, probably wouldn't even make any difference. On the back side, there's a micrometer, a digital micrometer for your depth. Let me see if there's batteries in it, and it turns on. And it turns on, and I can zero it, and as I move it, it's very fine adjustment. There is a little bit, okay, I'll show you this. Not a big deal, but there is a little bit of free play in the in and out. So this much, got about a quarter of a turn before it starts grabbing, but again, no big deal. It's not going to back out on its own, so should be all right. Battery is really easy to replace, which I like. So now we'll get into the magnetic table, which this is what I was the most curious about. I don't know anybody personally that has this grinder attachment. So I know it's not electromagnetic, which to me is gonna be kind of something I'm gonna have to experiment with, because if you get metal shavings on the bed, it's gonna be impossible to keep the knife at a perfectly level plane. So there's gotta be a way to clean it off, or maybe put some tape over it and then just pull the tape off as things get dirty. I'm not exactly sure, but that's, like I said, gonna be something I'm gonna be playing around with. Sweating in the eye is not good. Doesn't feel great. Okay, so first thing I see are rare earth magnets. I don't know how many there are, but there are a lot. The bed itself has kind of a texture, so that's probably to keep, I'm assuming that's to keep the knife from being too difficult to take on and off. There is an angle adjustment, which I didn't know about, to do taper tangs. That's awesome, because now you don't have to shim things. Excuse me. Taper tangs, yes. And the only thing I'm kind of disappointed in is the length of the handle. I can get 2.5 fingers on it. And this thing is so heavy that, I'm strong enough, but it makes it kind of awkward. I'm going at it this way, it's still about 2.5 fingers. So I wish the handle was longer. I don't know if you can see it. I definitely wish the handle was longer. That's probably something I can address and make on my own with a longer bolt. So just something I wish that would be a little bit different. So now let's check this tolerance. Turn this around the right way. Hey, look at that, already stuck to my knife. So it slides really easy. And there is absolutely zero play. So this is very precision. This is real precision right here. Even all the way to the very end. I got this on backwards, obviously. Let me turn it around and get it the right way. Okay. Still no play at all whatsoever. Super precise. Slides really smooth. There's some play when it comes off the first wheel Obviously there's going to be more than that as you take it off even further, but when it hits that engages that third wheel in the track, there's zero play. So I have absolute confidence that this is going to do its job. Like I said, the only thing I probably am going to do is take some blue painter's tape and put a strip on over top of the magnets and see how that works. Hopefully it'll keep the knife secure enough. We'll see if there's any huge difference, because I don't really feel a whole lot of resistance right now. So you're not gonna be taking off millimeters at a time with this, so it's not gonna grab the knife and try and throw it. You're only gonna take off 50,000, 50,000s, 100,000s at a time. Not even that, 500,000s, just barely enough to see sparks, because you don't want to overwork your belts. You don't want to overheat the steel, and you definitely don't want this having a knife shoot out because it's not held on enough. So I guess that's all for now. Thank you guys for looking and checking it out. I hope this answered some of your questions, some of your concerns. I'll give you guys an update on, when I do another video with this working, how the tape is going to work out, because I intend to pull the tape off after every time I grind a knife and put a new knife on that way. But these are embedded also a little bit, so there can be some buildup of metal particles, but that also may weaken the magnetic force, so just be aware of that. But I have brushes I can brush this stuff off with, so it'll mitigate most of it. But anyways, that's all for now. I like the little OBM label right here, because I have the chassis as well, so it seems like it's going to be a real good piece of equipment, definitely to keep my Damascus billets straight in between forge welding them, and anything that's warped, I don't see why I wouldn't pull those out or keep them straight. So again, thanks again for checking it out. Hope this helped you guys out, and feel free to comment any questions or any concerns, or just comment what you think. Thanks. Second, before you go, stay tuned. I need to make some corrections on some things that I got wrong yesterday. First and foremost, the owner's name of OBM is not Curtis. Sorry about that. His name is Tom. Really good guy, super good communication with me over the last few hours this morning. I sent him an email yesterday regarding something, and he's been on it with me back and forth. So appreciate that. If you see this, that means a lot, and that helps a lot. Secondly, I need to clarify what I said about the bearings on the track system. The center bearing is offset just a little bit. Anybody that has experience with these is going to know that. I don't, obviously. I thought they were all in a straight line, but they're not, and that's what gives it the tight tolerance that it has. So to clarify that, and as well as I also read the instruction sheet that I was given, and it tells you first thing straight away to dress the chuck or the magnetic base to the wheel. That way everything is on the same plane, and that's what I did. I'm going to show you how I did that, and it worked really well. So when you get this attachment, it's not going to be lined up perfectly. It might be off by a little bit, to where it's not exactly parallel with the wheel. So what you need to do is, without having anything attached to the table here, you need to run this with a belt on it back and forth enough times to where basically the top finish, which is the black powder coat or paint or whatever, is completely off, and you have an even surface across the whole entire length of the table, like so. And so what I did was use a brand new 120 grit belt. You don't want to use anything used, because there's going to be less abrasive on the center or on the sides, and when you run this thing, it's not going to make it perfectly even. So you want this as even as you can get it. And as you can see, my table is obviously not parallel to the wheel at the beginning. No big deal. What the communication that Tom and I had this morning was, after I use this on a few projects, I can send this piece in here, this section, and he will recut in the grooves and set the magnets back in, so that way I have more depth on the base, and if I need to redress the wheel again for any reason, I can do that without damaging the magnets. And he'll do that one time for free. So that was really awesome. I didn't know that. I didn't know anything about that until he told me that. So I'll definitely take full advantage of that. But then after that, you should be good to go. Everything ran really true and really straight. Still no shimmy, no let out or anything like that. And I did adjust the angle just a little bit, just because this is pretty heavy. So having it straight up and down is gonna give you a good workout. Can't do it exactly parallel because it runs too parallel with the length of the belt to the motor pulley. So it wouldn't, you know, you only want it to contact on the wheel itself. Your mileage may vary. If I was sitting up higher, the motor was sitting down lower, then I'd probably be able to do that, and I'd be able to get this thing almost at a flat horizontal plane and make it a lot easier to pull back and forth. So anyways, that's it. I can't wait to get to using this thing. And if you guys have any questions about it, feel free to post it in the comments, and appreciate it if you leave a like, and even if you feel like it, subscribe to the channel. That would be great. Appreciate it. Thanks.